I think we're on.
We are on now.
We're back!
What's up?
Okay, we're going to make this a fast one, I think. We're going to try.
Yep.
Okay, so our last episode was about other ways you could make money besides just doing chores, right? And I think one thing that's come up through this journey is there's the standard kind of way that you can think about money and how you can make it through chores and through other jobs, working at McDonald's, like a lot of us did when we first started out, right? That was my first job. And but I think that what is even better for our kiddos to think about is how you can add value. If you want to be successful in life, how can you add value to others? And what does that mean?
Well, how I would define it is filling in someone's needs with your expertise or skills.
Okay, so that's like two things. So let's break that apart. So one is you're filling someone's needs, right? So you're adding value by filling their need. Okay, and then how do we do that? Well, you've got your things that you're good at, right? So your expertise, your skills, but do you have to have expertise or skills to help somebody? How else can you help somebody?
What?
With your time, with your energy, right?
Positivity.
Maybe you know people that can help other people and you make that connection.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so we're talking about adding value. What does that mean? How can you do it? You're sharing your time, you're sharing compassion, skills, expertise, anything that you can do, right? Anything that you can say. So let me ask you this, because I know this has been like a buzzword for the last 20 years, I think. But I have to be passionate about it. Do you have to be passionate about something to add value to somebody?
Nope.
Okay. So let's break that down a little bit. So plenty of people figure out how they can add value, and it's not necessarily something that they're passionate about. And I'm speaking for personal experience. I decided to go into accounting when I was 13 years old. And that's a whole other story that we can get into. I didn't come to that decision by myself. That was going through a program, a career development program. And I picked accounting because I liked what I learned about it. And I thought that could be something that I could do. It not necessarily something I was excited about. I was not passionate about it. But what I liked was there were lots of options. I could work in it without having to go to school for it. I could just learn on the job, be like a bookkeeper or an accounting clerk. I could go get the degrees and I could make more money. I could be a manager. I could have my own firm. I could teach it. I had lots of different ways to add value and to make money. And that was very appealing to me. So it wasn't anything that I was passionate about. I wasn't super excited about doing debits and credits and preparing financial statements. I didn't even know what that meant when I was 13.
Audits.
Oh God, don't even get me started on that. I'm still not super passionate about it, but what I am passionate about, what I've become passionate about over all the years since then that I've been doing accounting, is that I can help other people. I can help organizations be successful. And that's exciting. Working with the people is exciting. Helping them solve the problems is exciting. So I'm not passionate about the thing that I picked. I wasn't passionate about it at the time, but I could see where I could add value, and it could provide a path for me to be successful in many different ways. So that's one example. Other examples. What are other examples that you can think of that might not be a prestigious thing, might not be fun, exciting, sexy? What are some other things that ways that people have added value to others?
Well, things that are not prestigious or sexy. You used the word first.
I know.
I mean, there's plumbers, there's garbage men, there's janitors. It's not fun, at least not that I would see in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the people themselves, the plumbers and garbage men and janitors. I guess they would find a passion of helping people just keep places clean or keep toilets working. I mean, if you got a toilet plugged and you need to take number 2. You're like, I need a plumber now.
No!
And he unplugs it, and I was like, I got you, homie. And then
everybody needs it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be prestigious. It doesn't have to fit the norm or somebody's box, right? But it is something that you're still feeling a need. And then you can think about, what about that thing that you're doing can you be passionate about? So don't always think that you have to be passionate about something in order to start the thing. It might be that you're feeling the need first, and as you're doing that, you become passionate about what you're doing, what the results are, right? The results are you're helping people, you're solving problems.
So do your chores.
That's funny. Okay, so let's think about some specific examples on how you can start this. Okay, what's one thing that you can think of on how you can fill somebody's need?
Well, yeah, I'd say start small.
Okay.
Look around your neighborhood or your own household even. Start with yourself. How about that? Start with yourself. The reason why I say that is because it's like, what problems or things you're good at that other people might have problems with that same thing and not being good at it.
Ooh.
You can go around your neighborhood. Let's say they're like the worst lawnmowers ever.
Okay.
You never know. I'm not down.
Or maybe they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. That's why I got a rock front yard.
We have the desert scene in our yard, so we don't have to do that. Yeah. But depending on where you live, you can mow somebody's lawn because they don't have the time or they don't feel like doing it. Or maybe you could do a better job at it. I think that's what you're saying, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So ask somebody, right? So the lawn mowing thing, you could look at your neighborhood and you can see who has lawns, and then you can approach them. What are you doing to solve this? Like, I can take care of this whatever day that works for you. I can, then you can focus on your family or your friends, your work, right? You're showing them how you're filling a need for them, right? So ask them, what do they need that you can help with? If you don't already have something in mind, like mowing the lawn, you could just approach people. You're working on some things right now. Maybe you know what they are. You could list those out. I know you're working on XYZ. And I'm just wondering, what do you need to get you to that next step, to reach that goal? And now you know what they need, and then you can offer your services. I can help you with that. I have the time. It may not even be something that you're an expert in, though. So then what do you do?
Well, you can acquire skills,
Okay.
or again, if it's something you just want to do or help people with, you can ask someone who already knows how to do that thing. You can learn from them.
Ask somebody who knows. Ask somebody who's already done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if you've already got the skills? Maybe you're a musician. Okay. So you can share your skills. You're a musician. Maybe you go and offer to perform at assisted living facilities, right? Music is food for the soul, right? So you could perform for others, whatever your talent is. If you play the piano or whatever that is, and maybe it's at hospitals or assisted living facilities, and you're filling that need. You're helping others, right? So you can ask somebody what they need help with. You've got your skill already, and now you're going to offer that skill to somebody. What about time? We've talked about time. You can work for someone. You can join a team, right? And I'm going to say maybe it's even for free because you're getting the skills that you need. That's the fastest way that you can learn that skill or trade or whatever that thing is to go work for someone. And maybe you don't even get paid monetarily, but you're getting paid by the experience, the training, that exposure that you would not have had otherwise. And then you can apply that to the next thing that you're working on. Now you can go offer that service to somebody because now you've done the work. You've built up the skills. And I think one other example is connections. You can make connections. What if you've got one friend who really needs something, and I'm trying to think of like a specific example. What's a good example of making a connection? What does that mean?
Well, let's say you are also not good at mowing lawns. So is your neighbor or your other neighbor or God knows what. And let's say you have a really good buddy of yours that's good at landscaping. You can go to your neighbor and say, hey, I see that your lawn is starting to look like a forest or bamboo forest, jungle of the weeds, Jumanji, whatever. And you can be like, hey, I have this really awesome lawnmower dude or landscaping dude. He's like, he'll help you for like this price or whatever. I'll give you his number. You can think about it. And you can tell your buddy, hey, I figure I'd tell someone about the service you do. And he's like, cool. And they will see if that neighbor calls. So neighbor calls, landscaper dude helps, and happily ever after.
Ooh, okay. I love this. So let me ask you this. Instead of just giving that person your landscaper friend's phone number, what if you ask them, would you like me to connect you to? And then now you're providing value, not just saying I know someone, but I'm going to take that work out of, I'm not going to make you do that. I will make the connection. I will introduce you guys. Or I can give my landscaper friend your information if you like. And then now your landscaper friend can call that person and say, hey, Vincent, gave me your info and said, you're looking for somebody to help mow your lawn and take care of your yard and stuff. And I'm happy to do that. When can I come by to give you a free estimate? And now you've solved two people's problems, really, actually, because the person who needs their lawn mowed better than what they can do or more consistently, they can get somebody to do that. And then the other person, the landscaper, he's probably looking for more business. And so you've solved his problem as well. And you've made that connection with them, between them, so that they don't even have to do that part of the process. So I think that's great. So that's making connections. So, okay, what last thing that I think we have to touch on super quick, what kind of qualities do you need to help somebody?
Qualities. Well, I'd say there's one more importantly, I'd say, of all is be reliable. Because if you're going to work for someone, another sub thing that kind of goes on reliable is be consistent as well. If you're consistent, then the person hired above you is going to be like, hey, he's really consistent. I can rely on him to keep continuing this way, and maybe I'll give him a raise. An ice cream cone. Whatever it may be.
I love that. I think a big part of that too is do what you say you're going to do. That goes to integrity, right? That's something that's super, super important to me. I always want to be known for being reliable, doing what I say I'm going to do, right? And when I say I'm going to do it, right? That's super important. That's part of being reliable. How does somebody know that they can rely on you? Because you're doing what you say you're going to do, when you say you're going to do it. If you say you're going to show up, you show up, right? And there's that one expression, I'm probably going to screw it up. What is it? How does it go? On time. So on time is early. Wait, don't be late. Okay. And being on time is late. Being early is on time. So you always, if you have an appointment or if you say you're going to show up somewhere at 8 a.m., then you better be there at 7:45 a.m. Okay. You don't want to just show up at 8 a.m. because what if something happens and now you're late and you show up at 8:15? Well, you're not true to your word. It doesn't matter if there was a ton of traffic, right? So it's always best to plan to be there early. And that's how you really show up for somebody. That's how you show that you can be reliable and that you're doing what you say you're going to do. So being reliable, including consistency, doing what you say you're going to do. What are some other qualities?
I'd say doing the best work you can and the willingness to learn more.
Ooh, okay. All right. So let's break that down. So the best work you can do. Okay. What does that mean exactly? So I think it's even more than this, but we can start there. If you wanted somebody's help, if somebody was offering to help you, would you appreciate it if they only did half of what they said they were going to do? No. What if they did a bad job at it, but they did it? Is that still no? So if you're going to add value to somebody, you want to have the qualities that is going to build the trust in you, right? And people trust what they can rely on. And when you perform or provide your service, when you are helping other people, adding value to them, then that means that you are putting out the best work you can do, right? That goes back to, you don't just show up at 8 a.m. You show up at 7:45 a.m. You show up early. You do the best work possible, right? If there's more that they want, you do that, because that, again, builds the trust, builds the reliability. And your name is attached to it. Do you want to do half the work and then that's what you're known for? No. You want to do the best work you can, and you want to be known for having done the best work out there, not just locally, but like anywhere. Like your name can go places very quickly. People will refer and say, I know this person that mows lawns like nobody's business, right? So last thing you said, willingness to learn. You may not be the expert. You may not have a ton of skills, but you can still help other people by providing your time, by providing connections to things that you know or people that you know, right? So, and if you're willing to learn, if you go join a team or go work for somebody and learn, then that's how you can gather the skills, the expertise, and then you can go help other people. And people are going to provide feedback to you as you're helping them with things. As you're providing those needs, they're going to give you feedback. Don't ignore the feedback. That's what helps you grow. That's what helps you fine-tune your skills and become the best at what you're going to do, right? So anything else you can think of on this? I think we covered a lot of good stuff on how you can add value, the qualities that you need to have, what kind of value you can add to people. You don't have to be passionate about it to start. You're just filling a need. And that's what you can be passionate about, really, is how you're providing this help to somebody else, what those results look like. Anything else you can think of?
No, I think that's all good.
All right. Well, hopefully this helps you. And if so, please comment, share this, like it, do all the things, right? DM us if you want to join our newsletter, and have a good night.
Hey, night.